taken a little bit of a vacation, a little summer vacation there. I actually liked that. I wasn't upset to find that out. That was a Christmas miracle. Hi, I'm Sock Marionette, doing business as Bargain Counter Argument, and I'm a middle-aged lady in a tiara talking about books. And today is Tuesday, August 25th, Christmas in August. Oh wait, Christmas in August, you might be saying? We just had Christmas in July. Christmas, the real deal, isn't for another few months. What's going on? What is this all about? Well, this whole year, on the 25th of each month, I've been doing like a little vlog, usually pretty basic, in which I will read a Christmas-related book. This is because last year I accumulated a lot of Christmas-related books over the year, and then when Christmas season came around, I didn't have a chance to read all of them. So I took the ones that I hadn't read and I wrapped them and put them in the attic, and each month I go in and grab one. Although some months I have ended up not doing it quite that way. Like one month I found a Christmas-related book at a library sale, like 2 days before the 25th of the month. Last month was Christmas in July, so I was able to find a book called Christmas in July. So I read that. And so I am back on it though, because I went up to the attic this morning and grabbed this. Some months I do something Christmas related, aside from reading a Christmas book, but today was kind of a little weird. I woke up, I had a Zoom meeting, which wasn't very long and it wasn't particularly stressful, but I was really tired afterward, and I was thinking, do I feel up to doing a video today? Because I actually haven't done a video in a bit of time. It's like, you know, taking a little bit of a vacation, a little summer vacation there. And so I was like, do I really feel like doing Christmas in August? I thought, well, maybe I'll do Boxing Day in August on the 26th. I think I've done that before. And then I started to get a migraine. I was like, well, I guess I'm not making a video anytime soon. And so I took something for the migraine and sat in a dark room, which is, you know, just sat there, kind of boring. And then started to feel a little bit better, and I thought, you know, I can do a mellow little video. Originally, when I was feeling tired earlier today, I thought, well, you know what, I'll just talk about Christmas as like this big exciting thing when you're a kid and you're up early and you're so excited, and your parents are just like, no, not yet. And in our household, and I think this is probably true of a lot of American households, we would have Christmas stockings, and we'd also have gifts under the tree. And the idea was that the things in your stocking came from a Santa, although I think that illusion got blown apart pretty early on in my life when I discovered, just like from the way the adults were acting, I was like the youngest, and a lot of people were tired of keeping up the illusion. And so they were like, oh yeah, there's really no Santa, and it's just us getting stuff for stockings. And I actually liked that. I wasn't upset to find that out. I liked that because then I got to be in on the fun of getting things for people's stockings and helping put the things in people's stockings. And that was a lot of fun for me. I think it was like 7 or so. And I enjoyed that. So I didn't feel ripped off or anything, because it's like, well, you don't have to believe in Santa to get a stocking. And then the gifts under the tree were actually from named family members, you know, it's like, or friends or whomever, you know, it would be like, this is, you know, 2 sock from mom, or 2 sock from Grandma Marionette, and so on. Because we lived overseas, and my dad's parents would send us this huge box of presents, and they'd have like, some of the things would be labeled like 2 sock from Santa, and those would go into the stockings, and then others would be like 2 sock from Grandma and Grandpa Marionette, and you know, but I mean, I could tell which ones were from them even in the stockings, because a lot of times there'd be like American candy and snack foods that we couldn't get where we lived overseas, and also their wrapping paper. They didn't bother to use different wrapping paper, so that was kind of it was fun. But my parents, the rule was you could open your stockings. My sister and I could open our stockings while my parents were sleeping in. And then once everybody was up and we had some breakfast, and usually we had the kind of breakfast that we could sit around the living room and eat, like, you know, pastries or something like that. And then we'd start to unwrap the presents under the tree. That's just how we did it. And like I said, I'm pretty sure a lot of families do it that way. And it buys the parents precious time to sleep in and then get some coffee and not have to feel like they want to do everything right away. And I was just wondering, and I was thinking about this when I was thinking about what would I talk about relating to Christmas today. When I was so tired, I was thinking, when is it in our lives that we start to understand where our parents are coming from? Because when I was like a kid, I'd be like, why would you want to sleep late on Christmas? There are presents, you know? Is it just that like adults just lose the joy and the magic of the season? And now that I am an adult and I discovered this, I'm not sure how old I was, but probably in my, I think late teens, early 20s. I'm not sure. But it's just kind of like, no, you don't lose the joy and the magic of the season. At least I don't. What you do though is you get a little sense of proportion and a little bit of a sense of kind of like delayed gratification. Having said that, my mom and I still do stockings, and the expectation is that we'll open our stockings before the other person gets up if we don't get up at the same time. And I think last year and possibly some other years, I actually am the slug a bed, and I get downstairs and there's, you know, Mom Marionette surrounded by, you know, wrapping paper and stuff. So that's my little Christmas deal this month, because I don't really have the energy to like bake cookies or whatever. So let's get to seeing what the book is. Might not even get the book read today, but I did kind of, when I picked it, I picked one that's relatively thin. I have some short category romances, I could tell because of the size and the shape of them. But I decided I wasn't really in the mood for a category romance. So what do we have here? Oh, look. Holiday Lights. And this one, oh my goodness, is called Talk Santa to Me, and it is by Linda Urban. And we have this dude carrying away a Christmas tree, and this lady carrying away some Christmas presents. It looks like there was a present overboard. And Frankincense, call her Francie, Wood was born in a stable, an indoor-outdoor stable from her family's holiday shop and Santa school, which is where she spent most of her Christmas-loving life. Francie knows which adhesive works best on a yak hair Santa beard, where to get size XXL extra-wide patent leather belts, and how to say Merry Christmas in 17 different languages. Feliz Navidad, Joyeux Noël, Frohe Weihnachten. And I'm out. Merry Christmas. Okay, 4. Buon Natale. What is Buon Natale? I think that's Italian, sort of. Oh, what she doesn't know is how to recover from the world's worst first kiss, how to stay friends when her best pal goes to a different high school, or how to keep believing in Christmas miracles after the loss of her best Santa ever, her beloved Grandpa Chris. Ooh, that's always hard. That first holiday after somebody important to you dies is always rough. All Francie wants for Christmas is to earn a little money toward a used car and to keep Aunt Carol from ruining the family business. Oh, and for Hector Ramirez, who works at the tree lot next door, to stop being so cute and making her think about kissing boys again. Okay, Francie's going to need a lot more than a little... Reading is hard. Francie's going to need more than a little Santa magic to make this season bright. So this is YA, ages 12 and up, and it is 277 pages, and it's got very friendly font. So I think I should be able to finish this, if not today, then tomorrow morning, and update. I'm not going to bother to update partway through, because that's, yeah, anyway, maybe I will. We'll see. So that is what's happening, and I think I am going to just go stretch out, read for a little while. If a nap happens, it happens. I'm not opposed. And then I'll let you know how this book is going for me. It's a few hours later, and I have finished Talk Santa to Me by Linda Urban. I didn't bother to update halfway through because I was like, you know, didn't see much point when it was such a quick read. I was a little leery of this one at first because I have to be in the right mood to read books that are set in high school. And I was like, oh, I hope I'm not going to have to DNF this because of that. But actually, I ended up just enjoying it so much. It was so fun and heartfelt, and these high school students were just so much fun, the way they did things, the way they talked to each other, and the affection that they had for one another, and their sense of community. Uh, it was fun, but I don't think it was unrealistic in terms of, like, maybe the specific incidents and how they happened, but I don't think it was unrealistic in terms of the community mindedness that these high school students had. This book, by the way, was published in 2022, so it's a fairly recent release. And I really enjoyed it, and I think it really was infused with Christmas throughout. I've read some of these Christmas romances where they do and say the right things for Christmas, and they go to the Christmas markets and stuff, and I don't necessarily feel like I think if you reset those for a different holiday, like Halloween or Thanksgiving or 4th of July or Easter or whatever, the stories wouldn't change that much. And this one, it just felt inherently Christmas. So, I mean, when I say that about those other books, I like them. I like them even so, because Christmas is like, I'm not sure if Christmas or Halloween is my favorite. Christmas, I think. But, this one, though, is just like, it had to be Christmas. This book would not have worked with any other holiday. So, I really, really liked it a lot. I really had a good time with it. I would say like 4.5, maybe even 5 stars for this. So that was a fairly low-key Christmas in August, a short video. I think the true miracle of Christmas in August was that my migraine didn't get out of hand and ruin my entire day. So that was a Christmas miracle. And also I enjoyed this book, even though I was a little wary because of the high school business at first, but I did end up really, really liking it. And yeah, so that's another Christmas in. I will be back with Christmas in September, and hopefully there will be other videos between now and then. So thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please like, comment, share, subscribe, or don't. I am not the boss of you, and I hope you have a good day or night.